feel like I reek to high heavens.
I feel like I reek to high heavens.
Good thing they can't smell us.
That's good. I'm glad y'all can't smell us. We don't smell pleasant.
Okay.
Let's check the lighting.
Okay.
Check the gate. Hey everybody, we wanted to talk about how we saved up enough money to buy our own piece of land to start up our homestead.
Wanted to make this video because we ended up buying land for cash actually a lot sooner than expected. In the beginning, we were just saving for a house, a future house. We didn't necessarily know we wanted land or anything, but that's how it all ended up. So we just wanted to tell y'all how we did it, what steps we took, what we feel like was most important, and how y'all can do it too.
We love animals. Yeah.
Number one was setting a goal. You have to have a goal number in mind. I had created in my mind $40,000. That was how much I wanted to do on a deposit on a house. We looked at our numbers, decided that we'd only live off of what he made and then save anything I made. And over time, we learned, I actually printed out this little house deposit tracker, and you fill in every week. You fill it in, and then you see how long, you do the math and see how long it would take. It would take us 3 years saving up. Yeah, it would take us 3 years saving $200 a week if that was all we saved. But of course, every little bit helps get chisel down the number of 3 years. So you can chisel it down to 2.5 years or whatever, depending on how much more money you want to put into the savings. So
Yep. How much you put towards it.
So number one is having a goal number, and then doing the math and seeing how long that will take you to get there.
Number two is having 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up, which basically means you have 3 months, what you make in 3 months, anywhere between 3 months and 6 months, you have saved up for emergencies, so that you don't have to dip into your savings account. Like if your car breaks down, if you have an emergency hospital bill or something like that, or something comes up that you weren't expecting to have to pay for, that is what that would be for.
And then what's not an emergency?
What's not an emergency is going out to eat when you know you have food at home.
Or an amazing sale on something you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something to have put back so that you can keep it saved and be able to go to that if you need for an emergency, which there will be emergencies, so go ahead and plan for that instead of your savings.
Number three is cutting expenses anywhere you can. So cutting expenses like keeping on top of your groceries, any subscriptions that you might have that you do not absolutely need. We actually called our car insurance. We called a car insurance person, and they checked our rates, and we ended up saving, I think, $40 a month. You can just find these little things to do. And we ended up switching over our car insurance to one that was $40 cheaper a month. So we found an extra $40 to put away. It's just you can do little things here and there to tweak it, and then next thing you know, you're going to be saving a lot faster. So any more expenses you can cut, make sure you turn off the lights when you leave a room. Make sure that maybe take showers instead of baths. Pack your food, pack your lunches. That's a huge thing.
Pack your lunches. If you have Any like music subscriptions that you use? Like not even that much. YouTube is free, just saying. But little things like that you can cut. Like I had Apple Music for a while and it was great. I loved it. You have access to literally every song ever written. But that's an extra $10 a month that can go towards saving up. That's $120 a year towards your goals.
Yeah.
And just think, homesteading is one of those things that you start slow and build it up. So if the average homestead, which we've found out through research is like, it takes about 5 years or so to really get going, what does it take 5 years? But in 5 years, you can be in a place where you could probably support yourself financially through it if you grew it enough to that point. Think about $120 every year, in 5 years, how much that is. And I mean, it all adds up as much as you spend it. Number 4 is living below your means. You have to budget so that you're not spending above what you make per month. There's plenty of ways to budget what you make. We use the Every Dollar app, and it basically keeps track of every dollar you make, even down to the cent. It adds it all up. You just have to put it in there and then keep track of what you spend. You set an amount like $3.50 a month for groceries. That means that will make you watch what you pick up off the shelf. Like,
and you use what you pick up off.
Exactly. Like, I could probably live without Oreos this month or something like that, like little things like that. If you're going to do this, you got to be disciplined. And this is a great exercise to be disciplined. These name brand chips are this much, are $2 more than the off brand. We try to go great value brand, and it's comes out in the end, a lot cheaper. Walmart is closer to us, so we'll go to Walmart for food, but we try to go to Aldi when we can because that's even lower.
Buying in bulk is good. Frozen is good. We try sitting down at least once a month to look over our budget, look through our bank, see what we're spending, put them in their certain categories. Sometimes you catch little things like, oh, this bill raised higher, or oh, this one went lower. Number 5 is getting rid of clutter. And by selling it, having a yard sale, just kick off your savings goals with cleaning out your house, decluttering, selling it on Facebook Marketplace. You can sell clothes. You can sell adult clothes at like Plato's Closet, Clothes Mentor, things like that, or just Facebook Marketplace. Same in kids stuff. You can sell kids books, kids toys, kids clothes that they've outgrown at Once Upon a Child, to get some money here and there and just declutter, start fresh. And that's some great ways to just kick off your savings and add a little bit extra than you were planning on adding in the beginning.
Goodwill is easy. You just drop it off and go, but why not try to make money off of your good clothes that you may not want? Like, you have a pair of jeans that look nice. It's like, take them to Plato's Closet and get some money for them instead of just donating them somewhere. Might as well try to get some money for it.
There's Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, eBay.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff.
Number 6 is creating any source of extra income. For me, I'm fortunate to have been in the electrical trade for some years, enough to be able to do side work on my own, like small things, like changing out a fan or changing out a receptacle or something like that, that I'm able to charge like, $50 to $100 to do. And it's just extra that helps. And I could either take that money and go down and spend it somewhere, splurge on something. I could just put it in savings, and that'll just put me closer. Another way is overtime. Like if you're at your job and you're able to work overtime, plan some time to work overtime to where you can get that time and a half or whatever it is and put that away. And it may feel like, oh, I've been working so hard, I can treat myself a little. Go ahead, you can treat yourself. just remember that all of that you're making extra, you put it away and it feels like you're not doing anything with it, but in the long run, it benefits you.
Mm-hmm. There are all kinds of things you can do. You can babysit kids in your house. You can start selling anything you create that you enjoy creating, enjoy doing, whether it's food, knitting, any skill you have, just in any extra time you have, then use that to try to create some side income.
Yeah, if you have any type of skill or ability, do some research, look up ways to maybe try to make some money out of that. We have access to all kinds of information and tutorials on YouTube and online, so you can look stuff up. Just thinking of ways and looking up ways to being creative, yeah.
And number 7 is a huge tip that ended up pushing us completely to the land that we can never even dream of, and that is sharing the costs with family. In the past, my family has basically bought a big chunk of land and then split the cost with some family friends. That's where I grew up on. They originally bought 18 acres and then we each had 9. We ended up finding a huge piece of property that was, because it was so big and we are splitting it 3 ways, the price per acre was way lower than it normally would be. So that ended up really just completely pushing us towards our goals, where we're like, whoa, we hadn't even saved up our original goal yet, and here we are able to buy this land for cash. And now our next goal is making the down payment on the modular cabin, getting out there, getting out of our rental where we're just, I sometimes feel like when you're in a rental, you're just throwing your money away. So we're really excited to be able to do that, and it's a huge sacrifice, and you need to make sure that you are
thinking ahead, because there's nothing wrong with renting. You gotta have a place to live, and the only way to pay for rent is to work, and try to have a goal in mind and a goal ahead. Like, okay, do I want to buy a house? Do I want to build a house? Do I want, what's any future plans that will benefit you and your family?
If you happen to have any like-minded friends or like-minded family, we're just building our own little family compound out there right now, but we all are just very family oriented. My sister and I want to raise our girls together, and we love being with our parents, and we all love working together, and we just want to teach them skills and business and working with your hands. So that's a huge tip, is finding someone to split the costs with you, and then you can buy maybe more land for less. But if not, then just be on the hunt. Look at prices around you and then make that your goal. And also factor in the fact that if you need to build a house on the land, or if there's already a house, or if you need to fix the house up on the land, make your goals, budget, lower expenses, find extra money, and you can do it too.
Baby steps. You cannot forget that, because sometimes you can get in over your head and get overwhelmed and want to give up, and it's just like, it's not a good idea. But it's just more about the journey, really, than trying to just make it happen overnight.
Thank y'all so much for watching this video. We just wanted to start off the new year with just some inspiration and just a story that we've been through, how we've gotten to where we're at right now. We're just really big into honing in on your finances and keeping track of what you're spending, what you're doing, what your goals are with your finances, and just what we've been able to create and to do once we finally buckle down and made sacrifices, made plans, and it just feels so good to just hit those goals, find a dream to work towards. And we have so many fun, awesome plans for 2023. And we just hope that y'all keep watching and like and subscribe. If you liked this, comment below if you have any tips or if you, what your goals are of 2023. And just let us know if any of these were helpful.
See y'all later. Bye.